President Trump's top 5 accomplishments for 2017. Did they make a difference for you and your family's pocketbook? Building like crazy in South Florida. Is this the Trump construction boom for real? And is the tech sector back leading the charge in the leading quadrant? Caution! What's in your portfolio? Here's what's moving the markets and your money. I'm Charles Brown. It's Wednesday, January 10th, and this is CB3 on 3. CB3 on 3 analyzes political, fundamental, and technical influences on market behavior, which thus affects your money. Together, these influences determine the movements in all the portfolios we manage. Here's what we're seeing this week. In political influences, President Donald Trump's administration had many accomplishments in 2017 that we believe will help us and our investments. Here are my top 5. At number 5, killing ISIS. ISIS is systematically being destroyed in Iraq and Syria. You might say, great, but that's a political issue. And yet ISIS's defeat is most certainly also an economic issue when it allows our markets to operate and price themselves on supply and demand and price earnings rather than reacting to geopolitical events and wars. On number 4, trade agreements. Trump has put the world on notice that America will no longer be exploited at the bargaining table with pacts that may benefit U.S. corporate chieftains, but not American workers. President Trump would put world leaders on notice last year, exiting TPP and demanding a renegotiation of NAFTA. In my opinion, this will only strengthen the U.S. economy. At number 3, rolling back regulations. Trump cut 22 regulations for every new one that was created last year for small and large businesses. He led moves to expand oil drilling in the Arctic and Gulf of Mexico and granted a permit to the Keystone XL pipeline. Less regulation is almost always a plus for small and large businesses alike. I'll be tracking the effects of these rollbacks all year and reporting to you. At number 2, the real economy. In 2017, the real economy accelerated as opposed to just asset prices. Worker productivity ramped up 3% in the third quarter, far above the scant 1.2% average of the Obama years. Truck orders surged this past fall and manufacturing jobs also jumped higher. Consumer confidence is at its highest level in 17 years. And at number 1, the tax reform and jobs law. President Trump and Congress capped off 2017 with his first major legislative victory, the passage of the Republicans' tax cut bill, which slashes corporate tax rates from 35% to 21% and reduces individual rates as well and implements some major tax reform. It's the biggest tax legislation to be approved by Congress since 1986. It will be significant just in those matters alone. I'll have a special segment later this month on the possibilities of what the new law can help Americans achieve in 2018 and beyond. Here's my take on the political implications for our investments. I could have spent an hour on the political achievements we saw in 2017 that can help us as investors. If you're interested in my full presentation, please consider attending my 2018 Winter Fireside Chat here in Chicagoland next week. Just call our office for details or private message me on Facebook. In fundamental influences, the Trump construction boom is here and now, so says Patrick Stracuzzi of the Stracuzzi Real Estate Team in Martin County, Florida. Patrick tells me that there is significant new construction in 15 to 20 unit, 2-bed, 2-bath apartment buildings that are being built as spec or speculation rentals. Older commercial properties and dwellings are being bulldozed as sort of a tear-down frenzy that's taking place in Martin, Indian River, and Palm Beach counties. These are the counties just north of Miami. And who's buying? Well, it's about 50-50. Half are Floridians buying in their home state, and half are from California, New York, New Jersey, and other high-tax states. You guys remember last week when I said if you don't think you're going to benefit from tax reform law, then just move to a low-tax state? Well, quite a few people are doing just that. See all these photos behind me? Patrick Stracuzzi tells me that all this new construction was started roughly about the same time, right after the Donald Trump inauguration. Patrick ought to know his firm is the largest real estate broker in Martin County, Florida, and the 24th largest area in the United States. Here's my take on the fundamental implications for our investments. Our stocks increase in value as our holdings increase in value. Real estate last peaked in the U.S. in a bubble in 2006. This new resurgence in South Florida, boosted by Donald Trump's election as president, is an indication to me that real estate, both commercial and residential, is back on track and will be a vital component in the current GDP growth of the U.S. economy, and that will help our portfolios. In technical influences, the technology sector has turned back up from the weakening quadrant and has re-entered the leading quadrant. This is a nice positive as technology is the largest and most leading-edge indicator for large cap performance. The S&P 500 is just about ready to move into leading from the improving quadrant, as you can see here, and at the same time the Russell 2000 has turned down. Now, that's a little concerning because virtually no stock market acceleration has ever occurred over the long term without small cap stock participation. I'm watching this trend very carefully as we approach the halfway point of January, historically a strong month for stock market performance. And that's CB3 on 3 for Wednesday, January 10th. What's in your portfolio? If you don't know, you should. If you want to know, we can help. I'm Charles Brown, and at CB3 Financial Group, we don't just manage your assets, we become one of them.